G'day everyone, Paul from Paul's Body Engineering here. How are we going? Alright, today I wanted to do a video on a comparison of foods, a couple of different food options that many people go for in regards to convenience. So picture this, let's put a scenario in your head. So you've just flown into Brisbane Domestic Airport, you've been away for the weekend, you're coming back Sunday night, you've got to drive back up to the coast, it's late, you have to work on Monday, but you haven't had dinner. So what do? So the logical choice is, as you're heading north, you'll pull into excuse me, one of those bigger servos, and you'll go for, grab something to eat on the way through. It's convenient, it's easy, and obviously you're not going to be delayed too long. Now, most of us who are health conscious obviously won't go for the KFC, McDonald's sort of fast food option. So you go into the service centre area where they sell all the drinks and chips and things like that, and you'll probably logically lean towards maybe a sandwich, one of the pre-packaged sandwiches. You know, that seems smart, that seems fair. So that's the simplest, smartest option on your way home. Quick feed, no dramas. Well, what I want to do today is I'm actually going to do a comparison between that sandwich and your stock standard servo meat pie, and you'll be surprised with the results. So I've actually just whipped around to 7-Eleven. I've grabbed what I deem to be the healthiest of the choices there, and this is a standard chicken and lettuce sandwich. As you can see there, chicken and lettuce, no dramas. It's on multi-grain bread, healthy choice, right? Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to compare that, because I grabbed it from 7-Eleven, and this is no vindication on 7-Eleven, this is just a generalisation across all convenient foods at most servos. I'm going to compare this to your stock standard 7-Eleven meat pie that is available in any 7-Eleven around the country. So I've done a few numbers on the board here, the trusty whiteboard. So once I've broken down, so I'm looking at the calories. So first things first, we're going to look at the sandwich. So it's chicken, lettuce, I think there's mayo on there as well, and obviously the bread. The carbs, the total carbs, 27.5 grams. The total protein is 70.7 grams, and the fat is a whopping 25.8 grams. So that's a lot of fat for a sandwich. We calculate that accordingly to work out our calories. 110, 70.8, and 232.2 gives us a total of 413 calories for that sandwich. And this is only 2 pieces of bread, okay? So it's not a massive sandwich. It's not, there's not 4 in there. It's just the one sliced in half. Compare that to a meat pie. So I've looked up the calories on the meat pie from a reliable source, and this is a standard meat pie. It's not a fancy meat pie by any means. It doesn't have potato in it or bacon or mushrooms, anything like that. It's just a stock standard meat pie, beef pie, whatever you want to call it. The carbs. So the carbs are heavier, 30.1. The protein, it's actually quite low considering it is a meat pie, 11.1. And then your fats are lower, 16.9. So we tally them across, 120 calories for carbs, 44 for the protein, and 15.2 for the fats. Add that up, and guess what? You've got 316.9 calories for a meat pie. Compare that to 413 calories for your sandwich, and guess what? Meat pie wins. So I'm sure that's quite surprising, you know, that a meat pie, as we believe it to be an unhealthy food choice, is actually more unhealthy in terms of calories than a chicken and lettuce sandwich. Now look, obviously I'm doing a comparison from 7-Eleven. I haven't done a comparison across other servos and other product ranges and things like that, but this just gives you an idea. These sandwiches are always packed full of mayonnaise, sauces, marinades, depending on what one you get, and generally it's that element that is heavy in fat. So the point of this exercise is just to give you an idea that even though you think you're making a healthy choice, you may not be. It may not be the best choice. So in a scenario like that where you're running on time, you're based on time, you know, you're short on time, I should say, and you don't have the resources available to go into a Woolworths or, you know, get something healthy in your mind, and you have to go with convenience. Just have a quick look at the nutritional panel on the back, okay, and that will give you a much more clever indication, or much more clearer indication, I should say, as to what is in the food you're about to choose. Because if you see that a sandwich contains 25.8 grams of fat, that's a high amount. When most people's daily intake floats around the 40, 50, 60 gram mark per day, that's a day's intake. So rounded up, 26 grams of fat in one sandwich is quite a lot. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to give you a comparison, sandwich versus meat pie. In this scenario, meat pie wins by about 100 calories, which is a lot. And again, this is not an endorsement to go out and have meat pies, because I'm not saying they're healthy. I'm saying that they're surprisingly less calories than your sandwich. But that's it from me. I'll do some more of these sort of comparisons to give you a clearer understanding of nutrition. But the take-home message here is make sure you understand the nutritional content of food before you buy it, rather than just assuming that it's healthy. All right, that's it from me. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Happy days.